Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Gunslinger spawn. Just recently picked this up. I should have picked this up a long time ago, man. I absolutely love this figure. I wanted to get it as soon as it released. It was more so if I just didn't understand like where this was coming from. I knew nothing about Gunslinger spawn. You know what I mean? I know about the spawn like background. I know about the character and all this other stuff. This excuse me, this isn't Al Simmons, and in the beginning I thought this was when I first saw the figure. I was like, is this just kind of like an alternate universe kind of situation? But no, it all plays into the Al Simmons story. I forgot which who's under this spawn, but he ends up dying. The town turns against him. He ends up being, I think he was hung for his for what he was accused of. It's like his family was murdered and all this other stuff. And, you know, he makes the deal with Malboja, and he comes back and he pretty much gets revenge on the town, and he murders everybody. The only person that he's instructed to keep alive is Al Simmons' great grandfather. And I forgot his name. I was just kind of like watching some videos on it. I didn't want to go back and actually get the comic books and read them. I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of the backstory off of like some people on YouTube or whatever. And I didn't. And out of all the reviews that I did see of this figure, nobody kind of went into the background of who this character was. So when this character released, that's why I didn't know like what, this came from or anything like that. Not many people really went into the history of this specific spawn. They just kind of talked about the figure and that's it. And that was just all the reviews I've seen. I'm pretty sure some people have touched on it, but out of the reviews I've seen, they only really talked about the figure. But this is a badass figure. I love it, dude. Like everything about it, man. All the little details that are on this are just like sweet. The paint apps look good. Just all of it overall. Stunning action figure, man. Like I don't have any complaints in terms of like what this figure looks like. It does what it needs to do. It's very stoic. Like, you can put him in pretty vanilla poses and he looks awesome because just of how his design is. He just looks really, really cool. Let me get the camera a little bit closer. Sorry, shaky cam, my bad. But this is awesome, man. Like, I dig it. His head doesn't move back too much because of the coat and his hat. But you can give him some personality. He does have good head movement overall. He does look down all the way. This is just a really, really cool figure. I dig it, man. I'm definitely enjoying using these McFarlane stands that he has for his figures. But yeah, man, this is awesome. Really, really cool. Like I said, man, I really didn't know anything about this specific spawn, but it's like I had to get it. Now he comes with the two pistols, as you can see. You can holster those on the side. He does come with the Gatling gun, and I don't like these guns. Like I rarely use these guns if I do have an action figure that comes with it. Not a big fan of those, just in terms of the way that they look. Which is another reason why I wish I would have got this figure sooner. Not just because it's a good action figure, but the other one comes with the rifle, and you can actually have the rifle on his back. He has a peg hole on the other one back here, and you put it in the holster or whatever, and it works. It looks really cool. And I would have been able to have poses with another gun other than these two pistols, but I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. But this looks good, man. Like overall, this is a very, very good figure. Let's see. This gun fits into his hand a little bit better. It's not as loose. Now that's just mine. I don't think I've really seen anybody have issues with this hand, but I do. The gun He doesn't hold it as good. You really got to get it in there, especially putting his finger on the trigger. With this one, it's a little bit easier. But yeah, it's nice to be able to put it in these type of poses too. You know what I mean? Like it works. Got a cowboy spawn. They actually have a version that is coming out exclusively to GameStop. I think it's exclusive to GameStop where it comes with a horse. Now that would have been cool, but the only $40 figure that I want to get in terms of Spawn is the Spawn with the Throne, the deluxe version. So that should be coming out pretty soon to stores. I want to say next month. But I dig this, man. This looks all kinds of awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I know I keep repeating myself, but I really do love this figure, man. I should have got it a while ago. Like, you don't know how many times I went to Target and just like looking at this. I would pick it up and I would hold it and I'd be like, man, I want to get this figure. But it's like I didn't really know like where this was coming from and what it was. But now, especially now knowing the backstory, it's pretty awesome. You know what I mean? Like it's cool. But yeah, man, the different poses you can get him into is, and he's not really a character that you don't really need to get too extravagant with, you know. Like I said, he's just very stoic in nature, man. But now I would say probably see what I'm saying, like this. I don't know if you guys saw that. The gun in this hand, it has a tough time just kind of sitting still. Has a really tough time sitting still in his hand. But I would say that his legs are the stiffest on this figure. There's some limitations here. He has the movement. He's just very limited. So I don't know if you wanted to have a pose of him jumping, just getting into the action. Now, a lot of poses that I'll do with my action figures, I just kind of do on my own. I just kind of see what I could come up with. And a lot of the poses for this figure are just pretty like standard. I feel like everybody, at least a few times in their poses, are doing the same exact ones as everybody else just because of the design of the character and like what the character is. You're kind of going to have some of the same poses. But one thing that I like to do is after I'm done being all creative and trying to do my own thing, I try to I look up on Google the comic book images to characters that I have. And I will search through and see if I can put the character in the pose that I saw it in on Google. And if I can, that's a total thumbs up to the people who made the figure. And if I can't, it's a bit of a letdown. But again, that's why I said, like a lot of the times I try to like push the limits myself to see, you know, what I can come up with creatively. But I do like to imitate some comic book covers or even some panels inside just to get my figure like looking that same exact way. Like this. If you look up on Google, there's an image of him doing this. And then there's one where he's just walking straight up and it's like this. The gun is in the holster, but you know, you get the idea. You get the idea. This is just my quick version of doing that. Real quick, let me put the stand back on him. It's been a minute since I did reviews. I know you can probably tell. Trying to get my feet wet. doing this again. Um, I have sort of been re-inspired to doing the action figure review thing again. So you'll probably see that more. I'll still do like uh, my showcases when I pick up a certain amount of figures. But before I did this review, I had the homie posed up like this. So this is what I had before. So yeah, I like it, man. One thing I like about this figure, and I think I probably said this before, I think the funnest figures in anybody's collection, in my opinion, and I'll just speak for myself. I think the funnest figures are the ones that you can't help but pose around. Like you'll have it in a certain pose, and then shortly you'll pose it a different way, and then you'll have it one way on your shelf, and then you'll pose it another way. Like I got this figure last night, and I got it on Friday, and seriously, Friday and Saturday, the times when I was home just chilling, um I was just posing this figure around, man. Like it just it's weird because it's like it's not a ton that you can do with it, but at the same time, there's not a ton that you should really want to do with it. He is pretty like I said, the vanilla poses just work for him. His character just looks very stoic. You know what I mean? So he's not really a character that you need to have do agile stuff really. But another figure, just to bring in some size comparisons, he does tower over Superman. Bringing in a size comparison, like I've been posing this Superman around, which I did a video up. I did a video of and is up currently. But um, that's usually how I judge my figures, man. Like how often does the figure make me want to, pose it around and just just have fun. But yeah, man. Let me put Al Simmons in here real quick. He is a lot taller than Al Simmons. This is the Mortal Kombat Spawn. I think the sizes are different when it comes to the Spawn line and the Mortal Kombat line because a lot of the Spawn figures are about this height. He still towers over like the Redeemer and stuff like that, but not towers, but he's a little taller than the Redeemer, but they're still around the same scale. But this Mortal Kombat Spawn is on the shorter side, but it works because I think this character is tall in the comics, plus the hat helps. But yeah, man, I've rambled on for long enough. Here's these spawns that I own. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. This is Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.